Oh, guys, welcome to another day of empowering business owners growing together. And why we're celebrating? We're celebrating because we deserve to celebrate. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. And it doesn't matter any outcome, any burden in your life, you deserve to be celebrated. And I am the one that loves to celebrate. And I don't only celebrate for myself, I celebrate for you, for me, and for all of us. So why not be here today? So I want you to just flow with the music and just kind of like go with the flow. Just feel the flowing going on. Yeah.
Feel
So
the
party
flow.
with you. Yeah, there you go. Just celebrate. You're here to celebrate. I see you guys dancing on
I need
Facebook.
to
Henry,
dance.
come on. I
I need
see
to
you.
dance.
There you go. There
I
you
don't
go,
think
Paulette. Even if you're in pajamas. There
Here,
you go. There you go, Lori. I love that, Lori. Come on. Look
I
at
can't hear the
her
music.
sexy
Where's the
self.
music?
Oh,
yeah, I'm the same way. I cannot hear the music, but I can still vibe.
yeah.
I need to come to Florida. That's where the party people are.
Anytime. Well, how can we can have a sleepover here?
Slumber party in
Oh,
I'm ready for a trip. Road
I
trip.
know.
Road trip.
So that's amazing. Amazing. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Well, actually, it's good afternoon here. Good morning in some other places. Good night in others. Um, and it's beautiful just to be here. I just want to remind you, I always offer a safe space. It's very important to me because I'm a crier. I'm emotional. We were just talking about my life. I'm an open book. I have to reflect, not reflect, but just express my emotions because that's how I go through the waves. That's how I go through my tests and trials. That's how I discover more about me. And my story needs to be heard. Why? Because I've been known to understand and feel a lot of pain in my life. A lot of pains, a lot of pain since I was a little girl. And but then 3 years ago, I decided to become my biggest fan. And I mean, I was my biggest fan all my years because I've done really amazing and successful things throughout since I was a little girl. But this one is different. This one it's meaningful. This one has a purpose. This one has the joy, the vibe, the love. It's just genuine, right? Because I'm creating something from my most beautiful thing, and it's my heart. And just like I have done, I know that each and one of you, we have here Janet, we have Kathy, we have Henry, we have Dory, we have Lori, Paulette. I mean, all of you guys, all of some of you I have met before. Some like Dory, I met her yesterday. Now she's here today. I have Lori Nagel. She interviewed me, and I was so happy. I'm like, I get to collaborate because all that awesomeness that you collaborate with the community, it's so powerful. It's so powerful. And when you give, you receive. When you give, you receive. And one of the things I do throughout my life experience with healing, I had to go to my deepest parts of healing and heal and uncover what was there that I was not aware that I had to let go in order to be here. And even though that I'm going through a difficult moment right now, and I feel sometimes the world is gonna die, end or die really, because it feels like I'm dying sometimes. Um, I know for a fact that I'm okay. Why? I have tested and tried everything in the world, and everything has hurt me in a different levels because pain is pain, and it doesn't matter at what level of pain you are, it's painful. I know, I've been there. I'm like a wounded healer. I heal people because I was wounded at so many levels. But it gave me this smile. It gave me this purpose. It gave me this love. And this right here is non-negotiable. Not for you, not for me, and not for us. Because if I don't give up for me, it's like I feel like if I give up for myself, I'm gonna give up for you. And I'm here to serve my community. I'm here to provide people with messages with beautiful and know and see things through you because it's beautiful. I could just know what can work and what cannot. And I became my biggest fan. So now I am founder of I Am My Biggest Fan, which is my brand. I am store owner of Blangelika's boutique. It happened a year and a half ago. Yes, and with that, I lost so many people. And it's okay to lose people, you know? At any level, you will understand that there's so many people you're gonna lose, not because you don't love them. It's because your time is it's your time to move on. It's your time to continue to bloom. It's your time to grow. It's your time to fly. You deserve to be this beautiful version of yourself that you solely wish you had since you were a little girl. So from here, there's stories coming out, and I'm like, you know what? I want to go and step out of this comfort zone of just community. And I said, I'm going to start doing networking events here locally, but virtually. And then last year, boom, I was just sharing Reiki, love Reiki saved my life. Reiki gave me the most beautiful life in this world, which is this one. Reiki, if it wasn't for Reiki, I think I would have died. I'll be honest with you. It was that dark. It was that dark. To the point that I had a dark night of the soul, and I literally thought that I was dying. And I said, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. I can't fight this anymore. Either I go for it, or what am I gonna do? And not only right after that, my life changed completely. Everything. The 360. And I decided to just continue to live in my authenticity, my genuine self, and just be here for you, for me, and for all of us. And I went worldwide last year and just helping people with just free Reiki, because I share something with Reiki every month. It's just I change it and tweak it and here and there. I just know that Reiki works for me, for you, and for all of us. So everything around me surrounds with energy. And but this time around, in this moment of my life, after so many amazing stories of success through my life, I discovered something difficult. Is that, and I'm gonna get emotional for this because it's so recent, but I I know that I have done a lot of self-development, that I have done a lot of work for myself, for the love that I have for me, to continue to help people to grow in life. That's my main goal. My goal is to give others the love I give to myself. And it is beautiful at every step of your game how you create those beautiful things, and you just make your love, and you play with your inner child, and it just gives that beautiful love that you have from you to the world. But there's one thing. In your household, someone is not aligned, because yes, they're trying, but they're sometimes not strong enough. It's not they can't, they can. It is not that you don't have the tools, you do. But at times it's so hurtful for people to heal. And they give up. Maybe they don't give up. Maybe they just want to go slow. But I'm not that person. Why? Because it has taken me so much. And so many years of growth, so many years of self-educating, so many years confronting my fears, so many years of healing post-trauma, sexually abused, right? I mean, I was molested at the age of 3 years old, you name it. And I said, no, I think there's a time for a season. The beautiful of this is that at the level that we're at, we could come in union and talk about our life in an adult way, not arguing. There's no arguments in my house. There's no what do we need to do to help each other? And I surrendered to the most beautiful thing, which is unconditional love. And right now I'm in my unconditional love stage, which I just surrender. And then today I come to you to just tell you this is my story. And this is a story that is in a lot of households where people sometimes stay, where people just either or maybe it is a messy relationship, really messy, because I had those before, but then I grew about it, and you heal and you continue to heal, and then you attract the most beautiful person. But then that person showed me in reality what I needed to heal in order to be there for me. And he taught me a valuable lesson to surrender to love. I let go of controlling. I let go. I cannot help anyone that doesn't want to be helped. And someone that is genuinely just trying the best he can, I just surrender to love, and I'm just here when you need me. But then time has expired, I believe. And then we move on. But that is a sad to a really successful story, because thank you, Kathy. You can't do it. You can't do it for them. You can't, and you can't. I learned that the hard way. You cannot, and you can only offer, and basically, and you could speak, Kathy, if you would like, but you could only offer and respect their space, create a safe space for him and for her, whichever the case. But yeah, there's nothing you can do, and this goes for everyone. This goes for even your partner, for any client of you, any client that you want to work with. If they're not ready, they're not ready to work with you. It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna create issues. So instead of like giving, and me, I'm a people pleaser. Like back in the day, we used to please people. Not anymore. We have taken ownership of our lives. We have come so far to be here, to dedicate our life and love, and to nurture whatever it needs to be nurtured, and change whatever it needs to change. But there's a dream, and the dream has to come true, because we don't give up, not around my world. And it's for everyone. And today we celebrate our courage, our faith. We celebrate our wins. Why? Because you deserve to. You deserve to. And I want anyone to just tell me right now, name one thing that you're celebrating, because I'm celebrating unconditional love. That's my word for today. That is the love that I have for you, for me, and for all of us. I want you to share with me, what are you celebrating?
I'm right there with you, Blangelika. And I think it's a challenge for most people to like step into that unconditional self-love. We're always taught to put everybody else ahead of us. We got to take care of our family, our children, our spouse, our whatever, take care of everybody else, and then we get nothing. Because if we tend to be in that over-giving type energy, which I'm a recovering codependent, I'm a recovering people pleaser, and it's a continuous challenge to, see yourself as valuable and yourself as unconditionally loved. You got to love yourself first, and it's like flipped in this reality. Everybody, especially in religion, you're taught, everybody, God's got to come first, then everybody else, and then you're last. And it's backwards. I mean, not that you don't take into consideration and connect with God and source, of course, but
self-love connects you to God.
Exactly. I mean, and it comes from the heart, and what happens is these relationships show up in our reality. And I've gone through 2 really significant heartbreaks in recent years. And they show up to show those unhealed parts of ourselves. And something I heard today that just kind of registered, and it's not anything astronomical, but it's how in our childhood, if we had a parent that was very inconsistent with love, that can set us up for that codependency, because we're always trying to, when we feel a little bit of love from somebody, we just kind of latch onto it. And that's what really, like, spurs on that whole runner chaser dynamic, or whatever, codependent narcissist dynamic. It's because we're trying to latch on to something that we never really received as a child. And that really kind of made sense to me. I was like, oh, well, that kind of explains a lot. It's the
Definitely.
inconsistent love. I'm like, oh man. So what can we do about it? What you're saying, we got to give it to ourselves. We got to reparent
Just
ourselves.
have
We got to
to,
re-love
yep,
ourselves. And it's
bring it back,
challenging.
bring it
It's
back instead
challenging
of
because
giving
we
it.
always are seeking it outside of ourselves. It's very challenging.
And I that's what I did, and I share what I have done for the past week. Well, it's been ongoing. This is not coming from just now.
Right.
We've been working towards it. And of course, we went to Colorado, we connected, it was beautiful, and on the road. But then, are you actually practicing the new tools? Because if
Mm-hmm.
not, we're gonna go back to bad habits, and that's not where I'm going, not me.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure that you have a partner there. But then I noticed, and it's exactly like that. If you haven't healed anything at this moment, and you're gonna go and meet someone else, is gonna bring back those. So I noticed that I healed a bunch, because I did from my last relationship. He was abusive. This one, it's not an abusive relationship. I healed that part, but then we're not aligned. It is basically spiritual, in his spiritual warfare with trust and all that, with again inner child. And
Yeah.
in inner child, it's big in
And
everyone.
it
And
takes a
that's
lot
why
of,
I
yeah.
empathize for everyone to just try to do the inner child healing first. I'm like, go to inner child healing first, or or
Well, it
whatever you
takes,
want to do. Inner child, I'll do it. Let's
yeah.
do it.
I mean,
And
it
keep
takes a
going
lot of
back to
courage
inner
to look
child
at that
healing
shadow.
because
It
What?
different
is.
things with your inner child will come up
Yeah.
as as you heal, and then you kind of go back through the spiral and you're like, oh, I thought I
Deeper
healed
layers.
this. And it's just
Yeah.
that you need to heal it on an even deeper level.
Deeper levels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
Exactly.
really hard to detach sometimes. I mean, I've done the work. I know how it feels. And but anyway, like I said, I mean, I have a holistic studio. You could go in deep energy with me. I mean, you could do it for free. And you're telling me that you don't want to, then okay. It's okay. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
their choice. It takes courage to go into the shadow.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of
And
courage.
And it's nothing, there's nothing wrong with him. He's okay. It's like there's no judgment whatsoever. Our conversations are beautiful. Hey, are you planning? And we're gonna continue to do our things. But eventually it will dissolve. But we're doing it just as people should do, actually. I feel that this is more healthier than
Right.
just like going crazy and slapping things and just picking up stuff and leaving, and then the energy is not the same right now. My home is it's
You
peaceful.
need
It's
peace.
the
Peace.
house is peaceful. The
Yeah.
house is peaceful. So thank you for sharing, Kathy. What are we celebrating today, Dory?
Celebrating speaking up and asking for something. So I'm very overweight, and I went to the doctor's office yesterday, and I had checked in, and I went to sit down, and they had one of the wider chairs and then several of the normal size chairs, and the normal size chairs are not don't accommodate me, right? They're very, like, if I sit down, it's gonna come up with me when I stand up because it's pinching and stuff.
I
And there's
understand.
a thin man sitting in the single wider chair. And that happens all the time, all the time. And so normally I just kind of and I squeeze myself into the smaller chair, and then I'm upset about it. And instead I was like, is there any way I could sit there? Those smaller chairs just really don't fit me. And he got up and moved. And I was just so proud of myself for just asking, because it wasn't hard, and I didn't have to be rude. I didn't have to demand. I just gently asked, and he was like, "Oh yeah, sure," and moved. And so I was just really proud of myself for for speaking up.
Well, good for you. It's good
Thank
to
you.
speak up. And then how did it make you feel after it? There what has
I
to
felt
be some.
empowered. I felt felt empowered and like, you know, for so long, I mean, I was molested at age 3, starting at age 3 by my father. And I made a subconscious decision at the age of 3 to gain weight. Well, my father owned a bicycle store, and his mother had been a Weight Watchers coach. And so in his worldview, fat people were worthless. And so that just brought on a different kind of abuse. After the molestation started, then he was always on me about my weight. And so I've always felt like my body is wrong. It's not okay to be the size that I am. And so I, you know, just would shrink back from doing things like asking for something to accommodate me. And so I felt really empowered. And it was like, it's okay that I am the size that I am. And they have those chairs for a reason. And I spoke up and asked to use the chair for the reason that it's there. And so it felt, I, it's like I accepted myself the way that I am and was like, yeah, it's okay for me to be this size and it's okay for me to speak up and say, you know, and say, hey, you know, those chairs are there for people that need them. So
That's beautiful.
yeah,
I'm
so it felt
happy that
empowering and very like that self-acceptance too.
that's good. I understand. I've been there in your shoes actually. I lost 200 pounds. Um, yeah, it was I mean, my weight loss journey started in 2017. My highest weight was 392, and I just didn't feel right, and I didn't have actually the tools that I have now, because if I would have had the tools right I have now, that would have never happened. That's what I'm saying. It's like you go to school, you have your parents, and then I don't know, there's just things that are not aligned with you, and sometimes we just go into food. And I remember I wasn't like a eater that will eat all day, but when I ate. And it was like a big plate. And I remember, and maybe Paulette could relate, but when we were growing up, I couldn't get up from my table until I ate the whole damn fucking plate. And in
Yes, I
reality, you
feel
don't
you.
need to heat the whole plate. You just need right now what I'm doing and what works for me, I only eat when I'm hungry. I eat and I kind of sometimes if I'm not hungry, I will not eat anything until I get hungry. And I start getting hungry like around 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I'll eat like a snack. But then I don't know, because I negotiated with my boss for him to take us to lunch. So now we go to lunch every day. But he pays for it, so I'm like, I'm down, and I'll just try to eat healthier choices. But basically that, and then I come home and I eat when I'm hungry. I probably might have a snack by 6, and then by 8 maybe I'm having something light, and then I'll just go to bed. However, it's all here. If I would again, I also had bariatric surgery in 2017, and I also gained weight back. But the only way that I have been into always keeping it there has been rewiring and meditation and all and energy healing, because I heal myself every day. So I shared this with you because it has worked for me.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. Who's next? I want to say celebrating. I forgot to bring the blows and the whistle. That was for New Year's Eve, but
I can share something with you.
there you go.
Hey, so before I celebrate what I'm doing, I just wanted to add up what I forgot her name, the lady before
Kathy
me.
or Dori. Thank you, Dori. I love
I
you.
I think it's Dory. Yes, Dory. So I celebrate you because you came out from expectations. So when you are expecting something from someone, then you are sad or angry and disappointed. But the thing is that you don't know if that person realized that he has to stand up. Things that are obvious to us, they're not obvious to other people. So you stood up and you asked for that, and the miracle happened. So it's the thing is that sometimes we expect so many things from other people that we are angry and we are so pissed, but we don't realize that that's our feeling that we're mirroring what we have inside on other people. So that's a big kudos for you for standing up for
Thank you.
yourself and and saying, hey, that's my share, basically. Move out. But very
Please
courteous.
share, get out of my way.
Exactly. But very courteous. Yes. And the thing that I'm celebrating is that I started with this idea in 2016 that I am a business person, working. I always train people. I've been a manager for the Latin American region. I've been doing a lot of things. However, I felt empty. And I like to help people. I've been working with kids, empowering them, but there was always something missing because I can say, you can do it. Let's do a business plan together. Let's think about an idea, all those things. But there's a very important element, your inner world. So today I'm going to launch my online platform. I call that Empower You with PAU, like my name, Paulette. And I've been scared, of course. There was a moment that I was thinking, oh my God, what's going to people say about me? So I took that equation out. I was like, you know what is the difference between the people that do things and the people that don't? Is that they do things. They are successful because of that. They are, even though that they don't have the capabilities, they don't have the knowledge that I have, but they did something that I'm not doing. So I am celebrating that I came out. I am doing what I'm preaching. And yes, I'm doing this.
Yes.
Woo!
Proud of you. I love
Thank
that.
you.
I know. I went through that phase too. I even went through the phase, what will people think? I'm like, what do you mean? And then I will talk to myself, what do you mean? If you're doing what you love, go kill it. And I started killing it. Then I started killing it. Just go. Just jump.
That's awesome.
You go with that heart because that feeling right there, that when you ask that, oh, I should do this. And all of a sudden your sacral chakra just get light and it lights up. Oh boy, you're ready for a most beautiful journey. Just go for it. Never let go of those dreams. Become your biggest fan. I'm telling you, it's the most beautiful thing you could ever do in your life. It's just follow your heart, your gut. Thank you, Paulette. I'm celebrating you. Yeah, share your information and also share it in empowering business owners growing together. Just to recap on that group. Empowering business owners came, you want to know? I'm very honest. I don't have shit to hide. I used to go to other groups and people just didn't like my energy. Why? I like empowering people. I like making people laugh. I love coming together. I support people. I mean, right now I have so many groups and I am narrowing down the groups that I want to be there because my energy, when I come into the group, it's to uplift you. It's to uplift you, it's to always be there for you, to support you, to nurture you. But I want to do it with the right people. Why? Because we're not meant to work with everyone. This is something you have to take to your grave. I
Yes.
mean, you're not meant to work with everyone. You're here, you have worked so hard. Are you going to drain yourself every day when working with not like-minded? So what I do is this. I said, well, that's fine. I'll just create my group. And so last year I created this group. I already have 500 in 2 or 3 months, which is not bad. But I go and I bring like-minded individuals for you because basically it's for you. You could promote for free. You could go live on camera and say, hey, I'm working on this. Hey, you want to join me? I have this free masterclass, or I'm just offering tarot readings. I don't care what you do. And I don't care how many tarot readers I have. I don't care how many Reiki masters, how many holistic coach I have. I do not, how would you say that? I do not put people in separation. It's not me. I am meant to build communities. I am meant to have everyone there. Energies will always attract its own energies. It depends on you. So if you go show up for yourself every day, most likely you will find people that come to you. I don't believe in that. There's no competition in my game. I have never competed with anyone because I am my own competitor. So I bring people together and I don't care if you do, oh my God, empowerment coach, I am too. You want to work together? Do you want me to bring you as a guest speaker? I bring them all because there's someone out there waiting for you. And everyone deserves a chance. And I'm not going to have a group that just one person. No, everyone deserves a chance. So I love bringing the community. The more, the better. Just come and show up for yourself every day. Promote every day. Do a freebie. You want to come on a networking event with me? I'll host that space for you. And we always have fun, which is one of these, but with you on the throne, not me. I'll just introduce you. You're gonna be you're gonna be on the pedestal. The stage is yours. I'll bring the light if you want. I don't care. That is your choice to be genuine, to be authentic, and just talk about your passionate things that you love. And I love doing that for you. So that group is made for that. You're more than welcome to share your love and story. Your story freaking matters, guys. If you're not telling your story, that's probably why you're not selling something. The story, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I mean, you already know a little bit of background on me now. So you know it's hard to tell stories. But if you need help, I'm here also to help. Go ahead, Janet.
I have a disability. It's a mobility issue, fine motor skills in my hands as well as foot drop. And the doctors have no idea why. I just started, I was perfectly normal, quote unquote, until I was 17. I had just graduated from high school and I went from walking normally to having a foot drop in 3 months. And I was diagnosed pre-genetics and pre-DNA testing and all of that, but it was diagnosed incorrectly. So for probably 20 years, I did nothing because I didn't think there was anything I could do. So now my neurologist is saying that it was probably a bacterial infection, which could have been reversed back in the early 80s when it was diagnosed incorrectly. Anyway, all that to say, I need help in doing things sometimes, but I'm very independent and very stubborn. I live with my sister, and we argue sometimes because I won't ask her for help, or she tries to help me when I don't feel like I need her help. So, my celebration in all of that is that I have been getting better, being more humble when it comes to accepting help. And although even if it's a situation where I don't feel like I need to have help, it helps my sister to feel needed. So that way I'm able to, like, we can have like a relationship that's very symbiotic because she feels like she's being helpful and I can be the person she's helping. But recently I feel like probably a year ago I lost my job and I'm on disability for the first time. And it was very difficult to feel useful or needed. And I feel so much better lately because I've been learning how to use the chatbots and really growing my business online with my Facebook groups. And so I feel a lot more necessary, I guess. I don't feel like I'm worthless because I'm not a contributing person in society, if you will. You know how society makes you think that if you're not working, then You have no.
But that's them. That's them, not us. Yeah.
So I've worked past that, of course, but the the Facebook marketing and the groups, the friends that I've started to develop, friendships I've started to develop, has really given me a purpose. And so, long story short, that's what I'm celebrating today: the overcoming the depressive state, and really starting to feel like I am needed and that I'm important for other people.
Oh,
It
you are important.
defines my value.
Oh. Let me tell you something beautiful. You are important. You are important. Every day when you wake up, you're important. You're beautiful. You're loved. You're worthy.
Thank you.
There's no cap in your game, let me tell you. You still have it here. You still have it here. So what if you're freaking slower? They just gonna have to wait. Yes. But you know one thing that I learned, and it's all about like your sister helps you and then you help her, right? When there's a common energy exchange, it's beautiful because it won't drain you. So if you feel that you're helping her and she feels that she's helping you, then let it be. Let it flow within you. Because she's also sharing her love with you and then we have to share the love back. I'm proud of you. So can you want to tell me more about your business? Because I would like to know more and maybe bring you in as a guest speaker because I mean, this is what we do.
Yeah, actually, I have the link to my new Facebook group. Um, just give me a second here.
Shifting out of the depressed state is huge. Congratulations. Yes, thank you, Dory. It is. That's a big one. Yes, go ahead.
My Facebook group is I am helping others overcome pain and disability, enriching your life through uh, tips and tricks that I've found, medications, like supplements. I don't do anything like doctor prescribed. Uh, Found that I've helped through my pain. I don't eat gluten or dairy anymore because that has caused a lot of pain for me in the past. So I just uh, help other people, give them my experiences, what I've been through, how things have changed for me, being vibrant and living vibrantly, regardless of your age or your disability. So that's what my goal is.
That's awesome. Are you currently offering anything specific? Any events, anything that you might want to maybe invite someone or to share the word for you?
I right now I'm actually wanting to invite and do lives with people such as yourself so that you can tell others how what you have seen or what you've used, tricks that you use that have helped you enrich your life or overcome things in your life. I have a friend who is Native Canadian, and she has a little bit different. Uh, she, of course, uses a lot of naturopathy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get her to come on and talk about the book that she's written and the supplements or the natural herbs and things that she uses to improve her daily life. So it's uh, I'm sure. Sorry, Dory. I think that you would love my friend Rolly.
Ah, there she goes.
Well, I'd love to meet them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what it's all about. Connections, connections, connections. I will not stop. We know how to play the algorithm, ladies. I mean, and gentlemen. You want to play the algorithm. Janet is amazing doing that. Kathy just joined our bomb. She's now working on way to build her algorithm too. Lori, we'll go to Lori here. I'll let her do her thing. Yeah, I don't want to tell you all about her until she talks. And we have here, there's so many amazing people in this community. There's Paulette too, she's our marketing witch. I mean, you let it be. Oh, everything. Thank you so much, Janet. And we could speak. I am full already for my networking events for April. I'm currently booking for May. So if you want to come in, let's get you all set up. And this is what I do. I'll bring you in, is I introduce you with my beautiful self, and I tell you, hey, and now we have Janet Stevenson. And that's you. That's your show. That's the show. That's the light. You're the queen. All right? I got you. All right, let's move on. Who wants to go next?
I'm in, Blangelika.
There you
Set me
go.
up for me.
Yeah, we'll sign up. We'll DM each other for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, just this is what I love doing. Oh my God, it makes me so freaking happy. Go ahead. Who's next? Henry,
I
you
can
want to
go
go,
next.
or Lori?
I can go next.
There you go. Well, welcome. It's your first time here, so I want to just give you love and thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. And to be honest, I've never been in this type of setting, like somebody saying, oh, let's just have a group of, people meeting up just for wholesome purposes of getting to connect and sharing your story. I think it's very sweet, very nice. Um, and what I celebrate, I'd say my emotional independence. I think I would say that my emotional independence and my mindfulness practice. I think it's something that they kind of go in hand. It has allowed me to overcome a lot of the challenges I've had in my life. I used to struggle a lot with intrusive thoughts and obsessions and compulsions that eventually I was able to overcome. And now I've created my website. I've created my offering. I help people. I reach out constantly people with OCD, and I help them and I give them advice that I can honestly say that it's very different from the advice that other people received. I've helped people who have even gone through therapists, and they have told me that the therapies have caused more harm that they have helped, and I've actually been able to help them because I feel like I use approaches that are very non-conventional, very common in the East, not very common in the West, and again, it has allowed me to overcome a lot of the suffering that I've experienced in my life, which I completely agree with what you had said at the beginning, that regardless of the type of experience you've had in your life, even sometimes just having a thought, just having an unpleasant thought, just barely an image of a sound of something that you don't even like, that can bring a lot of pain. So it really doesn't matter what you've gone through. We're all familiar with what pain feels like. And I like to explore the mind. I really love exploring the mind, understanding the mind, and very detailed look at our emotions, our thoughts, and help people navigate and how to deal with them in a way that is, as you mentioned, less destructive. Because it's not about throwing doors and throwing things and yelling at someone. It's about understanding that we can act from a place of equanimity and stillness and calmness and unconditional love and compassion. And it's a practice, just like everything is. Gratitude is a practice, love is a practice, mindfulness is a practice, manifestation is a practice. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I've been in the process of kind of like, how do I make this into a business? And it's really hard. It's a hard line between the selfish side of oneself and saying, well, I want to have a business, I want to create this thing for myself, I want to do it because I have a corporate job that I don't want to have, for example, and like I want something that aligns more with my values. But then sometimes it's difficult to balance that selfish side of us, which it's there. I mean, we do have that part of us that still feels like righteous to have this thing that we feel like, no, but I want to make my dreams come true, and balance it with, wait a minute, but I need to serve others. That's the whole thing. I need to serve others. It's not about, oh, I'm going to help you because it's going to allow me to be successful. It's about, I'm going to help you because it's my duty. And it's challenging, sometimes to navigate that when you already know you have your life and your responsibilities, and that you could be spending time doing something that maybe it's more inside of your comfort zone, that it's more like, okay, I have fun doing this, whether it's a puzzle or watching TV or playing video games, and making the conscious choice of saying, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to help someone. I'm going to spend an hour or two helping someone for free just for the sake of doing it. And it's challenging. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm, in the process of developing this into a more formal practice that I feel like I can create a more impactful effect on people, because right now I reach out, I help, but people, I feel like, usually don't actually, they get to the point of, they see my website, they see what I offer, and then that's as far as it usually gets. And I know a part of it, it's maybe also on me, because maybe I have that fear of actually working with someone. So,
Oh, that's amazing. You have a lot to offer. I could feel it. Woo! I'm celebrating. Hold on. Where is this? Hold on. We got to do this. Woo! Woo! I love that.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you want, I could help you with that. I could give you a few tools what has helped me. We could do a one-on-one later on. You could just go to my calendar and do a one-on-one, and we'll see if I could give you some tools to help you.
All right. Yeah, I would love that.
Maybe
Listen,
it's time to write that story.
yeah, at this point, I'm really open to, receiving any help, any advice, any energy that would, allow me to get
Yeah.
closer to whatever it is that I want to get closer to.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, congratulations. You're about to explode, baby. Woo, I love
Thank
it.
you.
I could smell them when I know. Jesus, this is what I love. Look at that smile. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh
Of
my
course.
God. Lori, come on down. The price is right.
Yeah. So anyway, I help intuitive entrepreneurs generate more leads by networking outside of their circles through audience growth and collaboration. And recently, my big win was being able to look at my business and look at what wasn't working, because I got into business to help people, besides to, make money from it. But also, I really got into it to help people because I've seen so many people, hating their careers, like hating their jobs, like burning themselves out, getting health issues, like all of this stuff. But it's really taking me a long time to figure out what I can do that would be helpful to people, given what my talents are and what I'm good at, and also what I enjoy, because if I don't enjoy it, then I'm not actually being that helpful. So one of the things I realized is that I got into the networking space because I really realized that a lot of people have these great ideas of the stuff they want to do. They're not getting out and networking. So no matter how much they meditate, no matter how much they try to manifest, if they're not connecting with other people and talking about this stuff, they're not getting anywhere. So that was kind of my catalyst to start doing what I'm doing. And recently I realized I was doing 20-minute networking strategy calls, and I wasn't getting a lot of calls booked. I got a few booked. And then when people got on the calls, because I want to give them like a micro result on the call, sometimes people were getting the micro result on the call, but it seemed like sometimes people weren't. And I'm like, and it turned into just, a nice coffee chat. And I'm like, okay, what needs to change? And for me, this was really hard because I don't know how many of you are familiar with ICF, and some people call it, tapping into the 5D or hypnotic conversations. Or so basically these conversations are where the person doing I don't want to say coaching, but I will say coaching, are just asking questions, but they're specific kinds of questions that help people get into that subconscious mind and kind of see where they're like contradicting themselves. And because a lot of times people know exactly what to do and they're still not doing it. So it's very helpful with that. But one of the things it's not helpful with is when you actually need to learn something new, you actually do need some kind of instruction. So it's really helpful for some things. It's amazing. People have these aha moments, but it doesn't fix every issue. And also, like, one of the things I realized I was doing is 20 minutes is not necessarily enough time for people to get these breakthroughs. Like, sometimes it's enough time, but sometimes it's not. And so, you know, just having to rethink both my messaging and then how I deliver on these calls was like, you know, that was huge because it was one of those things where, like, I kept looking at my business. I kept thinking it's this, it's that, like, that's the bottleneck. This other thing's the bottleneck. And it's like, no, it's not. And I would go into all these marketing funnels and try to figure out like what was holding me back. And, you know, everybody wants to sell you their thing, like it's the answer, you know, sometimes
Yeah.
it is, but they're kind of going at it from their perspective. This is how I help people. You know, and they want to be helpful and they want to also, you know, sell their thing. But really it took me some trial and some error, and I think it was really hard for me to look at because especially growing up, I got a lot of criticism about the way I did things, and just even simple chores like loading the dishwasher. I felt like, you know, no matter how many times I was shown it and no matter how many times I tried to do it, I was still doing it wrong somehow. So I think it kind of led to a lot of defensiveness in my business of not really looking at things, and then kind of going to people for advice who may not have really had the best advice because they didn't, you know, nobody has your exact life experiences or your exact background, and they're not you, so they don't necessarily have your same goals either. So I was kind of like going back and forth is like, is the answer inside me or is the answer outside of me? Um, and it really, you know, it really took a lot for me to be able to look at this stuff differently than I've looked at it for like months and months. And well, part of it was actually putting more posts out there for these calls. And so then I could see, okay, this is what's not working, and then asking a few of my friends to get on these calls. So I think that really helped me see like what wasn't working, which, you know, is a big win for me because it's easy to, you know, even spend a lot of money on marketing trainers and coaches and courses and, you know, emotional regulation and like all of these things and still be stuck because you can't see, like, you don't really have that like reflect and refine on things, and everybody has their own perspective. Even if they're trying to be super helpful, like I said, they're still not you. They're still not you with your business. So just having those insights for me is like this huge win. Even though I don't have everything dialed in yet, I'm still like processing these big aha moments, and like I have stuff in the works now to get more of the calls booked, because I was on like a 20-minute call yesterday and I was like, okay, maybe I should talk about lead generation and not networking strategy, because that's what my people want. They're people who've had a few clients, they're not getting the consistent leads, they're not getting a lot of people to see their stuff. So they know how to close clients, they know how to sell, but it's like, okay, where do I find more people who want what I have? So I talk about audience growth so that people can see your thing, and then doing collaborations. And the audience growth helps with that too, because then you're attracting more people to do collaborations with. So, you know, having those realizations was like, it's huge for me. It's a big win.
That is beautiful. I mean, yes, and it's just the more you continue to just expand into your whatever you want to do, you'll be surprised how much you kind of know, but you just are not tapped in yet, basically. And at times it doesn't take that much training. At times it's just developing the skill of knowing who you really want, what's your purpose in life, and then it's just refining it. But it comes really, I love that about you, but you're smiling. You know, the first time I met you, you were not smiling like you're smiling now. And I like that. Thank you. Celebrating you. Are you offering any? Oh, by the way, she has not mentioned about her group. You want to talk about your group?
Yeah, networking outside your circles. I have networking events in there twice a month. I have one at kind of the beginning of the month at noon on Thursdays usually. I had one, I was doing it Tuesday evening, but then Blangelika decided to do one Tuesday evening on the third week. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just setting this event up. I'll switch it to Wednesday this month because then I can go to more things.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I
switched it
go to the gyms
to
on
Wednesday.
Monday. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
so
just
I
go to
switched
the
it.
gym Mondays and then I take Tuesdays for networking. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I just decided, well, I haven't put it on the calendar. If it's already on the calendar, I don't switch things like no matter what's coming up because I made that commitment to show up. So I'm gonna show up. I'm not gonna change it unless like, something happens that was kind of out of my control. But so I decided, okay, I can do Wednesday and do my 7 p.m. EST evening networking event. So that way I get a couple different time zones so that people in different parts of the world with different schedules can come to my events. So, that's why I have a couple of them in my group, which I did put in the chat. I can put it in the chat again. And also you can go in there, you can post, you can connect, you can ask questions. You can find other groups. I've been encouraging people, especially to post their networking events in there, especially their virtual networking events in person with people all over the world. You probably won't get a lot of people, but especially their online networking events in there because that's why people join a group called Networking Outside of Your Circles because they're ready to do that networking. Um, so it's not just my events. You can come and check it out.
I like that. Wait, on Wednesday, I have to look at your events so that I could join you too on Wednesday nights. Normally I have Wednesday for emergency because I do get emergency calls for healing at times. And if I'm home and I'm not doing anything, I don't say no, but they're just emergency. They're not even in any calendar whatsoever. But yeah, I will join you when I don't have anything. That's amazing. I'm proud of you, by the way.
Yeah. So they're just twice a month. Like I said, there's the early in the month on Thursdays, and then I have the evening one. So I'm not doing them every week.
Mm. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I like that.
Lori,
So great. So she did post her group in the chat. So make sure you just connect and everyone connect, connect, connect. This is all about collaboration over competition. You're not here to compete with anyone. It doesn't exist. It doesn't work. Don't worry about it. It's so yeah. Welcome, Diane, finally. Woo!
Can you actually believe it? I was
I can't
determined.
believe it. I'm like, is this gonna happen? It's like with me and Paulette. I'm like, we live like an hour away and we haven't seen each other, but the love is mutual.
Totally, the love is mutual. You can hear I'm British. I live in Cape Town, South Africa. Blangelika and I kind of gelled in a different networking group, and we just pour love on each other constantly. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So hi everyone. I'm Di. I am a transformational coach. I'm also an energy healer. I'm nearly at my advanced level of Reiki, so not far behind you, Angelica. I'm also qualified in a very specific form of tapping. I host retreats all over the world. So when you started talking about, purpose-led work and it being like, finding your purpose and to serve, that totally speaks my language. And that's what I want to teach everybody. And really, like, if I just tell you a little bit about my work, I've been doing transformational coaching for 5 years now. So I'll come back to you in a minute, Janet. I've been coaching for about 5 years. I had sort of a lot of divine downloads during lockdown, and I can honestly say I don't know how I've created my coaching program. I just knew why. It's a very spiritual program, and it's really targeted on taking people on a journey of discovering who they are underneath who they think they should be, discovering what it is they want in alignment with their soul, and actually to then how to go and get it. So I wrote a best-selling personal development book called Authentic, Aligned, and Abundant, which I think kind of ties it up very, very nicely. I have a mixture of private clients and also I have people using my digital product. My vision is to really push my audience and my clients much more towards that digital online version of my coaching course, because one, it's so much more accessible, and two, you still get the group coaching, so you basically get all the benefits, and it means that I can impact more people's lives. Obviously we have to make it a business, we have to monetize it, but if I could do this for free, I really would, because I feel really humbled and grateful that I'm just like kind of a conduit for teaching people how to raise their consciousness and actually to live from their truth, so they go find their purpose and live from a mindful place. So all the stuff you were saying, Henry, that totally resonated with me. I continually work on myself. I take myself into the deep, dark parts of healing constantly. I have no illusion that we are always on a journey where there's always more things to peel and undo. And I think for me, if we're talking about kind of issues or frustrations, I think my biggest, I don't really necessarily want to say the word frustration, but I sometimes feel that I'm up against a brick wall, but actually no, glass. I can see everything that I want. I know my strategy works. I've taken hundreds of women through it. It's proven, it's out there, it's in all these different formats, and it's like, it's just, I want it, I'm ready, I can feel it, I can taste it, and it's just getting it out there to the masses. So I'm now at the stage where I have spent the last 6 months or so creating an automated webinar funnel, which has been a ridiculously up-leveled process in itself. I've learned so much about storytelling and marketing and sales, and then don't even get me started talking about the technical stuff. That's just horrible, and I kind of outsourced all that. And now I've got this beautiful kind of, I guess, profitable sales engine, let's call it that, but it's about getting it out there. And, like I say, I always work on myself. So, I had like a huge Reiki session on Monday. I did a family constellation yesterday, because I'm absolutely ready. I'm here to serve. I'm here to teach humanity to up level into their truth. And I just want this work out there. So I'm also a mum of 3, 2 dogs, 1 husband, in that order, possibly order of priority as well. In terms of the tapping is a form of energy healing, working on very specific meridian points in the body where energy from blocked emotions, negative thought patterns, self-limiting beliefs, if these haven't been processed and released, mostly from childhood because they stay blocked in our system when we're scared to voice our truth, it still stays stuck in our energy. And my work is all about energy, if I really want to sort of bring it down to what it is. So I think my coaching is really unique because, yes, of course, I work on the front end stuff of creating what it is you want in life, but I have a massive of reverence for the fact that we have to do the back end dirty work and actually get into the gunk and clear all that out first. So the tapping is a beautiful method to actually release that. So I've tapped for, well, I've known about it for about 10 or 11 years. I used to be a nutritional therapist, so I've got quite a good understanding from a holistic perspective. And I feel that I'm really coming home to myself now in terms of the levels of work that I'm doing. And it all makes sense. I live from my intuition. I am pretty witchy woo, and that's my jam. But I just want this work out there, and I don't want to get frustrated. I sit in joy, I release it, but I'm like, if people knew, the world would be a happier place. So thank you for letting me ramble and listening to me. Thank you.
I love you. Thank you for being here.
I love you
Finally,
too.
finally. You look at you. You were so excited to speak. I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
This
this is my thing, right?
Yes, yes. And this is our thing. This is for you, for me, and for all of us. And I love bringing that. That's why mine's are more about, I share a lot of my story because I know every time my stories always will help someone. It has helped so many people in my life. Well, I call them my life because my clients turns into friends,
Yes.
and it is just beautiful just to share that. And every time we just overcome that, and because of that we made it here, because of this we made it here, and there's no stopping. So I bring this because at any time of your journey you're gonna need help. It doesn't matter
Always.
what. It doesn't matter what
Absolutely.
end, from where, what side, but I believe in holistic approach to happiness. And if you have those under control, but you don't know where to find them, it's in my group.
Thank you. I'll be
So,
joining if I'm not already in there or can't make it.
yeah, it's empowering business owners growing together. And like I said, I normally put this, I upload it. So, I also use these and I upload them into my school membership program, which is
Yeah.
currently for free. But there I normally upload like just virtual courses that I'm working on. But also it's also a tool for people to grow within. If they can't make it here, I have people there that probably don't like being on camera, that don't like going to networking events, but they still want to learn. So I help
Yeah.
them with this, and then I use
Yes.
them and I put them in our group so that the ones that couldn't make it could see the replay, and that way they're not left behind. This is for you, for me,
True.
for us, and I would not change that for the world.
Always.
So and like I said, if you have not come into a networking event, that you are the it, because normally this is what I do. So once you are decided, you could just send me you could just book a call with me and we'll go over it. I also could give you some tools about how to work if you need any help from me. If I can't help you, I have so many people around me, very, very powerful people around me. I'm here to connect you with the right one that could understand. And since I know who could fit who, then I'm like, oh, try this on. And that's the beauty of it. And I like doing that. That's my type of connection. I don't connect people just to connect because it could get too frustrating for the person as well. I like to connect meaningful connections, which is going to be long lasting. So right now, based on what I know from you, then I already know who I should send to you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm also, I'm also about giving back. Like I
Yeah.
said, if I didn't have to monetize it, I really wouldn't. I could do what I do 24 by 7. So also within, like, as you said, that group is free. I also offer a free tapping circle on a Tuesday. And that's so people actually get the benefit of this incredible tool that if everybody actually knew this right from when they were a child, the world would be a very,
Oh my
very
God.
different place.
I tap every morning. I tap every morning. I mean, I do. I have a ritual. I have to. If I want to
Yeah,
continue
me
to
too.
show up and cry, and because you didn't make it in before when I was crying and cry and then show up with this. I mean, I
Yeah.
have to do everything that I have to do in order to give myself love, to be here and to be here for you and for me, for all of us. There's no giving up. It's
Absolutely.
just learning new. Go try on the new unknown stuff. Go try it on, because
Absolutely.
let me tell you, I have tried it all. Well, not yet. I still have to do like there's some other stuff that I want to try, but I have tried every healing modality that I have presented to me, and I love it, and I love it. So I'm proud of you guys. I just feel that I should ask if anyone wants Reiki, because I feel that after we celebrated, I think it's time for us to receive love. So if you want to stay in, if you consent, you could stay. I'm just going to do probably maybe 5 minutes of love. So if you are okay with it and you consent, you could stay in. If not, it's okay. I love you and have a great day. But I just want to share love with you guys, and why not? Why not do it in the safe space? So if you allow me, let's take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in peace. Breathe out all the anxiousness, all the stress. Just allow yourself to relax for a second, to honor yourself for being here today, to honor yourself for all the love and all the purpose that you have gained, and that you're helping other people, and you continue to help others people grow, because you will be an amazing person. You are worthy of love. You're worthy of just going through these challenges. These challenges will make you the most beautiful and happiest person in the world. Thank you for being here. And at this moment, just allow myself to just channel Reiki energy for you. This moment, just visualize yourself entering a golden egg of protection. Just relax, enjoy. You are protected. You are loved. You're cherished. You're abundant. You're happy. Self to relax, to feel the happiness of just enjoying the celebrations and the gifts that God gives you. You deserve to celebrate. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be heard. Your story matters. You're beautiful. Your joy, your wisdom. And I'm here to celebrate with you. Time. We give gratitude for this amazing opportunity, for being here today in our present time, in our present moment, with the most defined love, the love of us, the self-love, the unconditional love. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of my life. Thank you for hearing my story. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Your time, open your eyes, wiggle your toes, fingers.
Thank you. That was very good.
Thank you. So guys, thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure sharing my love and my genuine and authentic self with you, for just, being here in your present moment. It means a lot to me. And so I can't wait to see you again. And thank you, Paulette. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Dory. I seen Dory already booked a call. It's a pleasure, just stay updated with me. Let me know if you need any help. I have thousands of people here waiting to help you, because I like finding solutions. We don't get stuck around here, okay? So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being
Love
here
you.
with me. Bye. Oh,
Thanks,
let's get
Wonderful to
the
meet
picture.
all of
Wait,
you.
I'm so behind. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? Let me see. Let me see. I wanted to take a picture. I always do this at the end of the, okay. Let's do it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Have a great day. Let's rock and roll. Be your kind of happy. Become your biggest fan. You never give up, okay? Bye.
All right.
Thank you.